Hello everyone. I myself, Satyan Sav. You can call me Satya. I thought of talking something about mindset today. I have given some sessions on mindset to many college students to think positive, to stay focused and determined on their goals. So I'll talk something about mindset. If you feel whatever I'm talking and you can apply it in your life, do it. So when we're talking about mindset, many things come into picture. What is good, what is bad, what is negative, what is positive, what is right, what is wrong, what is ethics, what is ethical, what are principles, which are principles need to be followed. So many traditions, so many cultures, so many rituals. What need to be followed? How I can follow all of them? So many questions. So many things comes into mind. So many things comes into mind, right? Thinking about what is right, what is wrong, what is good and bad. That is the first thing you should do. Positivity. From where this positivity comes? This positivity comes from the thought process. You know, People talk about depression, stress, strain, go to psychologist, go to psychiatrist. Yeah. So when a person is depressed, stress, or having emotionally down, people say they are not in natural form. What is natural? We all are always in natural form, right? We all are always in natural form, and you don't need to worry about that all thing. What we all are in natural form, right? We all are in natural form. That is the reason we have depression, we have stress, we have emotional pain, right? And the person who is not able to accept or not able to control that emotion, um, stress or depression, he little bit goes away from his natural state. That means his frequency gets changes. But other than we all are natural. And when we are able to naturally accept that depression or stress, that means you will become a natural person. Over the period, slowly, that emotion will be with you and the pain will be with you, but you will look a normal person to the outside world, and you will work normally. You will wherever you go, you will be a normal person. For me, I have gone through many stress period, depression period. I don't know. It's nature's gift that I was always able to stay alert and do my work as it is in a normal way, even though I have stress or depression, or maybe I am in emotional pain. So it's nothing that we are away from our natural state. We all are always in our natural state. The only thing is you need to learn it. You need to understand your mind, right? So when we talk, we need to understand your mind. What is your mind? I'll give an example of sleeping, right? Early morning, everyone wakes up, but they again say, "Let me sleep another hour after seeing the watch." Oh, it's just this much. Let me go for another hour, or Let me sleep for another minute, another few minutes. Right? What is that? When you see the watch, you see the time. You feel okay. This is what the time. My mind is thinking this is the time, and I should go to sleep. Right? I should to go to sleep for some time. What is that exactly? That my mind is saying, and I am accepting whatever my mind is saying. I'm trying to become slave of my mind, right? So if I tell my mind, no, it's time, I should wake up and I should start my work for the day, like daily activity, whatever activities I need to perform, I should start it now. My mind will stop telling me go sleep for another hour or few minutes. That means rather your mind controlling you. you should control your mind. The other your body sensation controlling you, you should control your body sensation. That doesn't mean, or I'm not trying to tell you, control your sensation, all the sensations, right? You are feeling to have nice food today in a restaurant. I'm not saying that go stop, don't go there, don't have food. But I'm trying to tell you here, you know, all these will attract us, and we should know what to do. Food is not bad. You go and have whatever you want to have in a restaurant. Similarly, many things are there which will attract you. You need to understand what need to, what I need for, what I don't need for. Right? The thing which I need, I should have it, and the thing which I don't need, I should not have it. Right? If I don't need to have, you know, some curry, yeah, I go to a restaurant to have some food. I don't like or I don't need to have that curry. I will not order that curry. The curry which I like, I will order that. Right? That is basically my need, or I am feeling to have that. You know, I will talk about some vegetarian people. They don't eat non-veg. So when they go to restaurant, they will only pick vegetarian items, right? And even if a person is sitting beside them and having non-veg, they don't feel anything. They eat their vegetarian dish and they go. That's all. So what I mean here, that is good for them. They like vegetarian. They are good for, vegetable is good. Vegetarian is good for them. The person who is having a non-vegetarian, it is good for him. So he like that. So like and good varies from individual to individual. What I mean here, you should know what you like, what you love, what is good for you, what is right for you, based on what you are going to drive your life. That is principles. What kind of principles you should have in your life to live a happy life? If you create a set of good principles, you will have a good life. You will have a very good positive mindset. Your mindset is basically created by your attributes or your principles or your characteristics which you implement inside you, and you use them to drive yourself. I'll tell you one beautiful thing here. So when you talk about principles or characteristic or attributes, right? There are so many attributes in your life, right? There's so many attributes. Let's say a person who, uh, let's talk about daily activities. You know, a person who wake up early every day, right, and take early bath, have early breakfast, perfectly at time lunch. Even if he has too much of work, he will not miss his lunch, breakfast, dinner, and going to bed in the right time, right? So that is his principles of daily habit, right? The daily habit he created or she created. So that is his principle or his attributes. One of them is waking up early, having early breakfast, not missing the biological clock for lunch and dinner. These are his attributes, right? So when you talk about these attributes, you think about yourself. Are these proper? Are these attributes proper within yourself? Are you every day following the same routine or same activity? So similarly, you will have so many things to be followed. You know, if you have a positive mindset or good thought process, that will give you a better life, happy life, and that will create a beautiful life for yourself as well and as well as for your family. I'll give an example of one of my friend. I'll give an example of one of my friend. He's a businessman. He's having a store. Really, every day around morning, you know, he goes to his store. He opens his store around early morning, around 9:30, 10 a.m. or maybe around 8, 9, or 9 a.m. And after that, he stay at his store till night 10, right? Or maybe 9:39. And in between that, he goes to his home only for lunch, evening snacks, or dinner. And that routine he follows till Sunday, Monday to Sunday, right? Or Sunday to Saturday. The whole week he follows the same routine. If he creates a good principle of good mindset thought process inside his mind, he'll be able to find some time for his wife, his kids. If not every day, maybe at least once in a week, at least once in a week, or maybe once in a 15 days, or maybe twice in a 30 days, right? So spending a quality time at your home or at your office with yourself or with your family members, that matters, and that will give you happiness, right? And that only can happen if you are having a good mindset. To have a good mindset or positive mindset, you need to accumulate lots of positive attribute inside you. You know, if I talk about my life, I have gone through stress period, I have gone through depression period, I had emotional pain. You know, I had so many losses also. But still then I used to perform my daily activities in a normal way, natural way, because of my principles. You know, so principles are very important in your life. What kind of principles you are creating in your life, that matters. That will help you to grow higher in your positive attitude, in your mindset. Growing higher in mindset, or going higher in positive attitude is one of the best thing in life everyone should do. So what is mindset? Coming to mindset. What is mindset? Mindset. No, if I talk, if I segregate two words, mind and set, it become mindset, right? That is so simple. Mind and a set attached to it, right? It's so simple. Right? What is mindset? Can Mindset is nothing here. Mindset is basically a positive attitude towards everything. You can say in simple language. You know, so a person when is depression or in stress or in emotional pain or he is having that negative feeling, kind of phobia, fear or something. What happens? That person goes to a psychologist or psychiatrist. What basically they do? They create a set of therapies or set of uh, activities, in particular single therapies, to bring back that to person to a state where he was before. That is a happy state or a you know good state, you can say, right? So happy state, good state, bad state, all these are English terminologies, side terminology coming from dictionary we are using. But a person, he knows what he is. Rather than him, no one else that knows what he is. Right? So knowing yourself is the first factor to have a good mindset or positive mindset. If you don't know yourself better, you know, then you will not be able to achieve that positive mindset, that higher positive mindset. You might have a good mindset, but you will not be able to achieve that higher positive good mindset. First, try to know yourself, what kind of person you are, for what you are getting attracted, and for what you are getting irritated. and what you like, don't like. First, try to understand that. You know, everyone get attracts, everyone get attracts to good things as well as bad things. If you know that you are more attracted toward bad things, how bad is that? The how much impact it will have in your life or in your mind or in your body. If you know that, and still then you are getting attracted and you are going to that place or that activity or that thing, then you should know how to control your mind not to visit that place, that activity, or that bad thing. What I'm trying to tell you here is basically we all are kind of slave to our mind, and these attractions comes from our mind, right? From our sense organs. As I said sometime back about the food, you know, delicious food. For me, it is also the same thing. When I see some delicious food, I'll feel, oh, I should go to restaurant and have this food. When I see in movie or maybe in social media, oh, what a delicious food, man! It's been a long time I have not had it, or I have not had it. So I should go and have it. People say about communication. When you talk in English or maybe in a mother tongue, like my mother tongue is Odia, and when I talk in Odia or speak in Odia, I don't think is my grammar is correct. Am I talking properly? I don't think that, right? Even if you people when you talk in the mother language, you don't think about grammar. But when you talk in English in corporate world, you start thinking about grammar. Why? Tell me why you think while talking in English also you need not require to think about grammar. Yeah, while maybe writing mail or creating a document or something that drafting which need to be sent to some different place or maybe send in or store in a repository for future reference. You need to think about grammar. But while talking, no, right? But still, some people will take care of that. Not some, maybe many people will take care of that. They will not think about their mother tongue, but they will think about the other language, official language or business language. Why? That is there in their mind. That is there in their mind, right? So if I'm talking something and if grammar is not proper, if the words are not proper, if I'm not using fancy vocabulary or latest vocabulary, my opponent will think that I may not be knowing this language properly. It should not be that way, right? So see, your mind is playing trick with you. If you know how to communicate in a language in a simple way and are able to communicate in a simple way, it doesn't matter. And the person who is standing in front of you, he is able to understand what you're talking. It doesn't matter, right? Because he is able to understand you. That is called good communication, right? So coming to again to mindset. See, when you talk about mind, so many things I spoke here, right? Many of you might be thinking about that. So stop thinking, start doing. Stop thinking, start doing, and stay positive. That will help you. And tell your mind every time. See, don't think about here and there. Let's do, because we are not doing anything wrong. So let's stop. We are not doing anything bad. So let's work like that, right? So when we're talking about mind, it is, if you talk about science and mind, there are so many hormones according to mind psychology or mind science, brain science. These hormones, they will create you, they'll create love, affection inside you. They'll make you happy, they'll make you smile. These hormones, they'll make you stress, strain, depressed, right? So now the thing here is from where does these hormones come? Now I have a, you know, uh, I had a fighting with, let's take an example. I had a fighting with my close friend. And if I keep thinking that, then these hormones, right? these hormones will generate in my brain, and they will keep me, or they will give me emotional feeling. Sometimes they might give me stress. Sometimes they might give me depression, telling me, "What is this? Why that friend told me this, and why I started fighting with him, why I argued with her, or whatever it is, right? Either he or she, why I did that." So whenever I'm talking in this video, sometime most of the time I will use he or her, he or she, because always you will have a friend, female friend or male friend. So all these gender, I might have argument with my female friend, so she comes here. I might have argument with my male friend, so he comes here. So don't look into he or she, but try to understand the concept. Try to understand what actually it is, right? That's how it matters. Yes or no? Okay. It depends on you what you feel. Yes or no. It You have to tick it. For me, it is just to explain based on my experience, based on my knowledge. Good, bad. These hormones, right? Even if you don't have stress, you start thinking some negative continuously. You sit in one corner of the house and start thinking something negative. So after some time, you will become, or you will have a lot of stress because of thinking that particular negative thing again and again, right? So stop thinking negative. You know, keep your mind busy doing in good and positive work. Then only you will be always stay. You will always stay positive, right? So first thing here I will tell about good and bad, right? So how to create your own good principles, ethics or ethical principles, right? Principles can be good or bad also, right? But always we take principle as positive, and principles are always good. They are not bad. That's how that's how it is coming from legacy, world of legacy, you can say, or that is what it is coming from our scriptures or from our history. So principles are always good. So we'll get good principles always, which will keep that definition of principle good, right? Human principles. So what is good? You know, so since I'm here in India, and I will talk about something, taking um, culture into place. What is good? I will just give an example taking the culture. In Hindu, if you in this particular country, India, if you see Hinduism is the biggest religion. You know, many people are Hindu here. The Hindu cult or Hindu people, right? Hinduism. They have Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. This is what coming from scriptures. For Brahmin, they will not eat non-veg. They will not drink also. No alcohol. They will not have any enjoyment. When I say enjoyment, their enjoyment is basically, it's kind of okay. Let's not go into this deep. Let's not talk about that. Let's not bring this religion things to here. We'll just talk about food habit and alcohol, right? So for a Brahmin, if he don't eat, if he is eating non-veg or taking alcohol, that is bad for him. That is not good. Scripture says you should not have alcohol, you should not eat non-veg. So that's what I am hearing from many people from Hindu cult, right? So that is good for a Brahmin. But you talk about a Kshatriya, you talk about Vaishya, you talk about Sudra, they will eat veg and non-veg. They don't think about, you know, non-veg is bad. So for this sect or cult of people, Non-veg is good, and some of them they drink alcohol also. That is good for them. They think that way, right? So what I'm trying to tell you here, the good definition for Brahmin is something different. The good definition for Kshatriya is something different, or Shudra or Vaishya something different, in based on food habit, right? Based on food habit. So based on food habit, the good definition varies. If you think about of the culture what we have here today, you know, and whatever I'm talking about the culture, it is old days culture, not current culture. Current, Brahmin. I don't know what is current culture, so I don't want to talk. I'm talking about the old days, the as ancient world culture, to give an example of what is good and bad, and then we'll come to the current world culture. huh? So forget about any religion talk. Let's not talk. So you got the example, right? In ancient world, people for Brahmin, non-veg is bad, alcohol is bad. But for Kshatriya, Sudra, Vaishya, they used to eat non-veg. For them, non-veg is good. Nothing bad in eating no meat. Right? So if you think about current days or current world, you should think what is good and what is bad for you. You know, in current days there will be some family, those who are non-veg family, they eat non-veg, and some family will be those who eat veg, right? And some family will be there they take alcohol, and some family will be there they don't take alcohol, right? So the family those are not taking alcohol, that is good definition for them. The family those are taking alcohol, they it is good definition for them. Alcohol is not bad, and they take alcohol, you know, to certain limit. This why I'm talking here about alcohol and food, because this, according to this Hindu culture or Hindu religion, you can tell this is how this is good or this is bad, you know. So while creating a principle inside you, you should know what is good or what is bad, and that only you can identify if you know yourself better than others, and if you know your mind, you know where it is left, then only you'll be able to identify yourself, and then only you'll be able to identify good and bad, then only you'll be able to define your principles. Good definition. If you talk about what is good and what is bad, the definition also varies from different people to people. My version of good definition is, you know what? My version of good definition is that is good for me, which is not damaging me, not damaging my mental health, not damaging my environment or destroying environment around me and people involved with me, and also that is not creating any trouble for the people or society around me. That is good definition for me. you know Other than that, whatever comes, it is bad. For example, you might have seen people in this country, they drink, and they will, not only in this country, across the globe also, you will find in many other places, they drink, and they come out of bar, go to the society, start making noise, start creating trouble for other people. Is that good? No, right? That is not at all good. Creating trouble for society, without any reason, and that too after taking alcohol. That is not good, right? So that is not at all good. So the definition of the good should be defined in such a way that will keep you happy, as well as keep your surrounding happy, your your society happy. You know, Sometimes people says that doesn't mean you have to sacrifice your happiness for others. Yeah, that's true. You should not sacrifice your happiness for others. right? So your good definition doesn't say, or my good definition doesn't say that you should sacrifice your happiness for someone else, right? Everyone good definition should talk that way as well. So good definition is must for yourself. You know, waking up early morning is good or bad. Having early breakfast is good or bad. You know, taking lunch in time, dinner in time, evening snacks in time, maintaining biological clock is good or bad. These are daily habits because these are very simple to define and very simple to identify what is good and what is bad. But apart from that, your characteristic behaviors, the way you react with someone else, the way you assume the things in front of you, the way you perceive the things in front of you happening or the happenings around your society, that also matters, right? Let's say I'll give one beautiful example. People around me, right? I let's say I'm going for evening work, uh, you know, and I have found some people they started creating some kind of activity in front of me. So I'm not only the person who is working on the street, right? There are many people working on the street. So if I think, okay, oh, this kind of activity they are creating for me, this kind of humiliation they're creating for me. If I think that, definitely I'm going to get humiliated, right? I'm going to get down, right? So rather assuming that, oh, that might be for someone else. Let go ahead for my work here. Why I should look into all these activities happening here and there around me for me, or why I should look into these activities and think into my mind, right? And if you keep thinking that activities, what is happening around me, definitely I will get depressed or stressed. Definitely, I will get humiliated, right? I'll get down, right? So that is what mind. That is the assumption of perception. It- okay, guys. So light power went off. Let me switch on my uh, light, huh? It should be proper now. Power went off. Until this power comes, we will have this light. It's too much of light, right? Let me reduce. It's reflecting. It is fine. Yeah. So yeah, I'm here in Bangalore. Right now I'm here in Bangalore, and the place where I'm staying, I don't know from last few days, power is you know going off. Kind of we can say all days you used to have power cut, right? So it's kind of happening similar. Maybe there's some electrical maintenance work or something like that, right? Going on under construction, right? Development, underdeveloped country or developed country, right? So in Bangalore, many places development work is going on. So maybe somewhere they're cutting the power for some maintenance or support work. So we're at the evening work or morning work talk, right? So let's say what I'm trying to tell you here, if you look into that activity and if you start assuming or if you start thinking, even if you know that is for you and people are trying to humiliate you, people are trying to, put you down or trying to create a stress or depression for you. If you think that, definitely you will get humiliated. So until unless you don't know the reality, even if it is happening around you continuously, stay calm. Tell your mind, this is happening for someone else. Or the people, those who are uh, doing this kind of activities, they're kind of psychopath, right? Whenever they see a person, they start doing all this. And you go ahead, right? So assumptions, perceptions, sometimes will create stress and strain for you. So always try to stay away from these assumptions, stress and strain. That's how you create positivity. To create positivity, you need to stop assuming the negative way of thinking. You need to stop, you need to stop your thought process, which is going towards negative. And sometime what will happen, sometime continuously this thing will happen again and again, again and again, again and again, and you will feel bad. And after some time, you will get habituated with these all things. You will just start ignoring what all this here, why people are, you know, doing this. You will ask question to yourself. Sometime you will find answer, sometime you will not find answer. And this kind of question or this kind of negativity act, you should ignore. You should ask yourself a question: what I am today, what I can be better tomorrow, right? How I am living today, how I can live a better life tomorrow. You should ask this. You know. So for students, let's say, giving example to students, for students, what I read today, what I can read tomorrow, what I learned today, what I can learn tomorrow. Ask this question to yourself. Apart from my studies or post curriculum, what extra I learned, what extracurricular activities I am performing, or what interest of mine. Let's say if a student is having interest to uh, you know learn swimming. So how to learn swimming? Where can I go and learn swimming? How to drive a car? How to drive a two wheeler or a bike? Right? How to ride a bike? How to learn to ride a bike? How to get my license, for a license, or how to learn to fly a plane? Right? So think about your interest. Think about your life. Think about yourself. These people, those are coming and doing some kind of activity. They will do, they will go, they will not help you to survive. It is you who has to think about your survival. And that will come only if you are positive and only if you have a good mindset, positive mindset. You know, that's why I say mind is very important. Don't become slave of your mind. If you are slave of your mind, you will end up assuming so many things. You will end up percepting so many things which are totally negative and which will not give you any happiness. No, which will not give you any happiness. Struggling in life and growing in life matters. A person who has struggled in his life, and still then he has learned to live his life, he will create his own mindset slowly without any trouble. And he will have a very good and strong mindset. The individuals, those who have not struggled a lot, those who got many, you know, easily the things, if they have practiced a positive thought process and good mindset naturally or by creating themselves, they will stay strong and positive. You know, some people or some individuals, they will have this mindset naturally. You can say nature's gift, gifted by nature to them from their birth or by birth. They will always think positive. They will never think negative, whatever it happens. Right. So this kind of individuals are natural, and they have a naturally they have a strong positive mindset. But the individual, those who don't have that, they can create it. To create it, the first thing is you should know yourself better than others, and you are the only person you will be able to know yourself better than others. And you are the only person who knows what is going inside your mind and how you're feeling and how you are living your life. Other persons, they'll come to know whatever you tell them. Other persons will come to know by observing you. And many of them, they will not know the reality. They will assume, they will perceive. And assumptions are not always true. Perceptions are not always true. No. Sometimes others will assume something about you and then they will talk accordingly. What will happen? Because of their assumption or their perception and their talk, you might get humiliated. So ignore them because they don't know about you, about yourself. You know better than yourself. So live your life with your thought process, with your own thought process, with your own thinking, with your own decision. You know, make your life decision by yourself, not by others. You can always ask suggestion to many people, not to only one. Many people you can ask suggestion. Along with that, you have your own thought process for that particular situation or problem you're having. And then see the suggestion you got and see the suggestion your mind is telling or you have or your thought process has given you. And from there, you can identify what is good, what is bad, which one is good for you. And accordingly, you can take that decision. All right. I'll tell you one more thing, mindset and decision. Right. A person who is very positive, is having a positive and very strong mindset, most of the time, his decision will be, will always go on the right path. So decision is something, which you take for future, right? So how you take a decision? You take a decision by looking into all the aspect or by looking into only one beneficial aspect. If you are taking a decision only looking into one beneficial aspect, then based on my experience, I should tell you don't take that decision. Before taking any decision, you know, before taking any decision, look into all the aspect of it, positive, negative. And when you're taking the decision, and you should be sure how much success you will get in that decision, right? And if you are taking a decision which doesn't have any negative impact, you can take it. But most many decisions will have negative impact also. Now, when you are taking a decision and that has a negative impact, either in your life or in someone else's life or in something that is you have in front of you or that is going to uh, involve in that particular decision, then you have to also have a plan. Another decision you can say how to compensate your negative impact of your first decision, right? Without having that plan to compensate the negative impact of your first decision, if the first decision goes wrong, how you are going to compensate that if you don't have plan, then you will fail miserably in many things. So decision taking is also an art and skill, right? It's not that so easy. You close your eye and take a decision for you know your life. I'll give you one example from corporate world. One day, my US, um, you can say director or maybe senior director. It's during daytime. Our in India it is day, and in US it is night, midnight, and my director, senior director is sleeping. I cannot call him. I can call him, but I don't like to disturb him. I got a critical implementation mail from one of my, stakeholder from Australia. See how different is time zone. One side is Australia, my stakeholder. The other side is US. And here, when it is 4:30 a.m. in Australia, in India it is 9 a.m. This is 4.5 hour I had, right, difference. And in US it will be evening, right? So I got a mail around morning, I can say around afternoon, a critical mail. I I thought my director might have slept. Still then I don't want to call him, but I mailed him. I know if he is wake up, he will definitely see mail and he will reply. But I didn't get any reply. So here I have to take a decision because stakeholders is waiting eagerly for me or for my director's reply. And it is a critical situation for us at that time. I replied, you know, having a compensation plan, you can say. If something goes wrong, what I can do based on that, after thinking a lot, after, you can say strategy, after applying strategy, or tactics, tricks, whatever it is, I took the decision. We have to give a small patch release on that particular same day, which we never give, because of so many uh, other considerations are there, because of which we don't release. Actually, we need some time, even if it is high critical thing. But that day, I took the decision. Yes, by the end of the day, things will be delivered. You know, I took the decision because I knew the past. I knew what I have with me. I knew how much time. I knew what all other, artifacts I can use to deliver this. Right? I have all of that with me. So that is the reason I understood. Okay, 99.99% it will be a successful decision, or the decision will go on the right track. 0.01 might fail. So if 0.01 is failing, I had something else to give in that deliverables, right? Or something to uh, tell the stakeholders already in place. So what happened? My team and me, we started, here India time midnight, afternoon we started, and Indian time midnight we were able to deliver it. And my director or senior director, they wake up, they saw the mail, and then they call me. We had a good conversation, and after delivery, got appreciation. See, decision was mine, work was mine, and I can't say the whole work was mine. My team also worked with me. They dedicated their time, their hours, beyond office hour, some extra hours they spent, and the decision was accepted by my team members, and we went forward, and we were able to deliver it. So, if we are not able to deliver it, what we would have done, you know, we would have given them something else which we had already had, but that was not the latest one. That will make the application work, but after a few weeks or maybe after a few days, we would have given the latest patch or release. That's how it is. So things here, when we are taking any decision, we should think about positive, negative, you know, impact of that decision. Then only you'll be able to take a right decision and better decision, which will satisfy many things, right? That's how the thing. So power came. Let me switch up this light. Okay. So it should be. It is basically, when you talk about mind, mindset. When you talk about so many things, it is basically, it's you, not someone else. It is you who has to take care of the things. It is you who has to know what principle you need to have within yourself. Having principles within yourself, positive good principles for your life. See, the power went off again. So the power don't want me to, you know, talk about it. Again, we're back to meeting lights. This is a light which will help me to attend meetings or calls. And I purchased it intentionally when I was at, when I was at my home, somewhere in Orissa. What happens there? Sometime all of a sudden power will go, and yeah, light will go. When Bangalore it won't happen, but I don't know why nowadays this power on off is happening. They'll cut for a few minutes and they'll give. Sometimes they will do. Sometimes they will do it on off, like 0 1 0 1 0 1 in competitions world, right? On off, like a kid, they will make it on off, on off, on off. I don't know why, what benefit they get by doing that. Anyway, it's government, so they will think about that. We are not government, right? Yeah, we are talking about that decision. After the delivery on midnight, next day morning, appreciation mails came from my director, senior director from USA, as well as from my stakeholder. And my stakeholder was very happy. The reason being that everything went very well, and client was very happy for our deliverables. That quick. So we never give that quick deliverable because we need to have quality checking in many other areas before releasing a deliverables. Right. So here the decision was taken rightly. The team working with me, they supported me, and we all together as a family, we contributed our hours, our smart and hard work to the deliverables, and we successfully delivered it. So decision is the thing which comes to your mind based on your mindset and positive process. The way you treat your mind or mindset, the same way you will have your thought process. I'll tell you about beautiful example when you think about a person from a village area who has not gone to school, right? See, talking about mind is many examples only I can explain you, but I can't feed you in your mind. You have to understand from this example or maybe from many books, reading books from spiritual world, from philosophical world, from psychological world, from biographies, you know, then only you can understand about mindset and how it helps many people to live a better life. I will give an example. You across the globe, you will have many villages where poor people they have not gone to school also. They live their daily livelihood by earning money every day from by doing some work, some level work, right? So what since they have not gone to school, their mind is not in a expanded form. Their mind is in a squeezed form. They have not read so many books, right? They have not read so many books. Since they have not read so many books, the knowledge they have in their mind based on their surrounding, based on their uh, work area where they're working, based on the people they are involved, right? So their mind is not expanded. They will have a squeezed memory, a squeezed mind, not memory, squeezed mind or squeezed thought process. That thought process has a limited area. It can't cross that boundary. You know, if I talk about traditional world, oldest world, about rituals, right? Many people in village they worship God, and they have certain kind of rituals. They believe if they don't follow that ritual, they will be in trouble. They will not miss that ritual even if their health is not good. How strong they are at mind, see? They're very strong. If they're even if they're sick, they will take bath and perform the ritual. They're very strong in performing that ritual, even if they are sick. So their mindset is very strong in that particular area, right? Because they have learned it from their ancestors. Beyond that, they won't think. You know, if you worship God and if you think that God is there, God exists, and God is the supreme power, and God will never. And if you believe that you are the son of God, God will never want His son to get into trouble without any reason, right? And if you are sick, God will never want you to follow the rituals. You can take rest until unless you get healthy or fit to do the rituals. So what I'm trying to tell you here, you understood. That means that person he is only feeling having that God fear, not love. So that kind of mindset is having very strong to perform the rituals, and he think if I don't perform the rituals, God will do something negative for me. See, that is not the way you should look into God if you are believing God. You are the child of God. Even if you don't perform that rituals because of your health is not good, you know, God will consider it. To make this thing understand, if you want to make this, God will take care of you even if you don't follow the rituals. That particular person will not understand that. He will tell, no, you don't know. See, if I don't perform the rituals, I am going to get this trouble, this trouble, this troubles. So that is that kind of knowledge they have, and that is the kind of thought process they have. And the knowledge they have is transferable knowledge, which is transferred from parents to parents to parents to generation, not from the any kind of scriptures, right? So transferable knowledge, what happens, on the way it is getting transferred from one person to the other person, this knowledge somewhere get diluted with some philosophy or theory of that individual who is transferring this to another person. Right. So I said one of the person I met in some place in the village. That's why I'm telling this story. I asked that person. This is not story. Some people when you tell this story, they will think that this is story. It's not true. It's true. Yeah, it's true. I met a person in village and that fellow was following rituals very strictly when that fellow is sick. I told him, see, have you read scripture written by religion people? Have you read any scriptures? He said no. Why? No, I don't know reading that much. Then how you learned these rituals? He said, I learned it from my parents. Whatever they used to do, I I learned by observing them, and whatever they asked me to do, I learned, you know, from that. They taught me what to do, what not to do, how to perform this. And accordingly, I am doing this. I am not a great scholar here. I told she, I am not like you. I am not a great scholar. I have not read so many scriptures, like you know, pundits or like people those who uh, in you can say gurus. But what I learned, I'm telling you, if you believe that, that is fine. If you don't believe that, that is fine. I told him, see, tell me, who is God? He said, God is the supreme power, superpower or supreme power who created this universe, who created so many solar systems. I asked him, from where you learned this? He said, my parents, his parents told them all this. Okay, good. I said, good. So tell me, Can you call God as your father? He said, yes, God is your father. We are all child of God. So, who told you that God is your father? Uh, said, my parents. He again said, my parents. I smiled good. So that means your parents are also God. He said, yes, my father, mother is also God for me. And told good. So see, now if you are sick, what your father, mother is doing, remember, when you are not performing these rituals, you are sick, what your father, mother was doing. Now my father, mother, he himself replied, my father, mother, they take me to doctor, they get me medicine and they ask me to take rest. Now, if God is your father or mother, right? So God will also do the same thing. He will also ask you to take rest, take medicine and take rest. That fellow, he smiled at me. He said, no, 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 it's not that way. You are trying to manipulate my mind, he said. See, I told, see, you go and read scriptures. You go and read scriptures from really from your religion. I will not talk about any religion specific. I don't want to talk any religion specific. I'm talking about mindset because mindset is a very good topic. Is if you start debating, you can debate mindset or about mind, about thought process, about perception, assumption from all the aspects. Science aspect, religion aspect, philosophy aspect, psychology aspect, whatever aspect. So let's not talk about that. I'm giving you some example of some facts which I came across to make you understand fact or the what is the way mind thinks. So I told, see, I'm not manipulating your mind. It's a gender philosophy. It's a gender principle. Every parents will think about their kid. Every parents will think, they think every parents will think about their kid and they will want or they will always try to keep their kids safe. You are having fever, that to high temperature, and you are performing the rituals. God don't want that. You know, God wants you to take rest. In place of you, someone else can do whatever you are doing, right? Or someone else can, if you think that okay, every day this need to be done, someone else can do that, not you. Your daughter or maybe your son can do that, right? So he said yes. Then why you are not asking them? No, they are very young now. What is there in young? You see. So if you follow rituals, tell them when you are sick, they will do. Right. So he smiled. He understood. See, this is what This is a small knowledge. This is a small knowledge. He is worried about who will perform that rituals. Why is God will not have that day? He is worried about that, and he is not getting into mind. A kid can also a kid who is going to schools, who is going to school, and a son who is going to school, a daughter who is going to college, graduation. She or he also can perform that. He was telling me, my kid, when he will complete graduation, after that only I will tell him to do all this. I told, see, it's nothing like that. You have not gone to school. Your parents taught you all this activity before their death. It's not that you have to also teach all this activity to your kids before your death. You can teach these activities to your kids now itself, your son or your daughter. So no, that fellow, he smiled and he next morning when I was going through that place, every day I go for work. So when I was going through that place, I found I found what that person's daughter is performing that ritual. Nothing bad, right? So this is called your mind is squeezed. You're not able to think. You're not able to think all the aspect of something, right? So first you need to create a mind which will think all the aspect of a particular subject, a particular content. If you are able to think all the aspect of a particular subject or content, you know, you will be able to take better decision. You will be able to have a better mind, and that better positive mind will create a good, strong mindset. You know, having a strong positive mindset is very important in current days world, because many people around you, they will create so many negative things around you. They will try to pollute your mind, and if they succeed polluting in your mind, what will happen? You will you will work on their path. What they have created for you, you will not work on your path. So don't get polluted into the things which people around you are creating. See, if you are able to understand this pollution or pollute which is getting created around you, see, think, understand the reality, and see if they are trying to drive you on a path which you have identified for yourself, then work. Otherwise, don't. Stand still with your decision, work on your path, the path you have created for your personal life growth or maybe personal life growth. You know, to have a strong, better, good mindset, principle is one of the factor. The other factor is commitment, determination, focused, right? So, what is commitment? Right. So, commitment is something where you are committed to your work. If I talk about professionalism, if I talk about a student who is doing his engineering or graduation, right? He should be committed to his studies. That is default. We will have so many default commitments in our life. When you get into graduation, your default commitment is to, studies. Your default commitment is to study better, study hard, or study smartly to get a good score in your um, graduation, right? And to acquire lots of knowledge, only not good score, but to acquire lots of knowledge, what you have in your syllabus, apart from your syllabus as well, right? That is a student's commitment, default commitment during his student life. And when you start working after your graduation, when you start working, you are committed to your personal life as well as your professional life, right? These are default commitments to your personal life. Maybe taking care of your parents, maybe taking care of your dependents, maybe taking care of your self, um, along with that, your professional life, that also matters, because your professional life, wherever you're earning money, that is going to give you bread and butter. So commitment in the professional life is very important. You should not forget that. Right? If you are committed to your professional life, definitely you will grow in your professional life. Definitely you will grow in your professional life without any trouble. No doubt, pollution will be there. Pollution is a very good English word. Why I love it. Pollution is everywhere. Environment pollution, sound pollution, noise pollution, you know, and at the end, in your personal life and professional life, people will pollute your mind, your work also sometimes. If you are focused and determined and committed, no, you will never get polluted. Whatever pollution will come, they will never be able to touch you. They will go away from your body without any or without creating any big trouble for you. No doubt, for some time they might create trouble, but slowly they will go away from you. So stay away from this kind of pollution. Pollutions are really pathetic. You need to stay away from the pollution, mind pollution. So if you have a strong positive mindset, this pollution will not come to you. This strong positive mindset will only come if you have a beautiful set of principles in your life. These principles will allow you to live a beautiful life. How are you going to have these principles? Already I said it, right? You should know yourself better. You should know yourself better than anyone else. And you should know how to take decisions in your life. Looking into all the positive and negative aspect of life. And looking into people surrounding you also. Because a person who has not done anything wrong, because of your decision, if he or she is getting some kind of negative impact, then also it matters. Right? Your decision taking capability, your decision taking ability need to be with you. If you have a good decision taking ability with you, then you will be able to take good decision in your life. And see, when you talk about mind and mindset, so many things are attached to it. It is basically, you can say, how you need to stay positive, how you need to grow in your personal and professional life, how you should keep learning better thing in your life. Not only, so I was talking, you need to learn from not only from your books, maybe from other, so many places. We're talking about personal and professional life. Right? So commitment, determination, focus are the attributes which will help you to grow in your life. Right? So professional life, you should be always committed to your work. If you are committed to your work, definitely you will learn and grow. Commitment and dedication is required. So everything is mind, right? If you tell your mind, I will only work for few hours in office and go enjoy my time, definitely you will do that. That is your mind. And if you feel that, okay, I will work the designated hours in my office for my professional life, after that I'll go and enjoy my life with my family members, you will do that, right? So it's basically your mind talks to you and take a decision in your everyday daily life what you want to do. It's your mind, it's you only, it's no one else, right? So when taking a decision of purchasing, let's say you already have a smart TV, which is maybe few years old, but you want to have another smart TV because your smart TV doesn't has that features. The new smart TV which is came to market, it has all that features, and you very well know that you don't need a smart TV now. You already have one smart TV and you don't need another smart TV. Maybe after a few years you can purchase, and you know that, but still then, because you are crazy towards technology, you are crazy towards digital world, based on that craziness, you want to purchase one, you purchase one. Yeah, right. So it is your mind. If you are able to tell your mind, no, yeah, I don't need. I already have a smart TV. My kids are watching. My wife is watching. I'm watching. My family, my parents, everyone is watching that. Why I need to purchase one more? Definitely will not go and purchase. So it is everything here. Everything happens here, right? Our heart, it pumps the blood, right? Heart only pumps the blood. It's circulate blood throughout the body to keep our cells alive. Because of blood circulation throughout the body, our all body parts are alive. Our brain cells are alive. Our memory cells are alive, right? And we are able to think. We are able to take decisions. So everything happens at mind. You know. Sometime back, I told you about hormones. You can create happy hormone, by your thought process, by doing physical activity, by having similar kind of diets where you will get that kind of you know, chemical benefits from that fruits or vegetables that will create happy hormone inside you. Right? So what I'm trying to tell you here, everything is a mind. Everything starts from the mind and ends at your mind. Heart is that there only to keep you alive, circulate, you know, blood throughout the body. Mindset is very important. So I'm back. There was a technical glitch. So when you see in this discussion, I've given you some example from religion. The reason behind that, giving example from religion is visible. It is visible to everyone. Rituals performed in all religion, right? And many people go to their temple, either it is masjid, church, or Hindu temple, right? Many people go to temple, right? Or maybe Gurudwara, or maybe some ashram or mutt. Many people go to temple, right? So it is easily visible. That's why I've given example from religion. You will be able to relate it easily. There is nothing to do with religion. There nothing to do with any religious thing here in this discussion. I don't want to get create any confusion or create any kind of trouble for religion. I'm far away from all this. So talking about personal and professional life, right? So mindset is very important wherever you go. Mindset is very important. I'll give one beautiful example from my life. Tomorrow also I will talk the same example from my life. Many people they started creating trouble for me, polluting my mind, trying to break my ethics and principles in last several years. But I'm still standing with my principles and my ethics, which I created for me or myself, from my college time. That is difficult to stand with your principle or ethics. But if you are able to stand with your ethics or principles which you created for yourself till the end of your life, that means definitely you have a very strong mindset. And based on your principles and ethics which you have created, that will make your mindset positive and very positive. So today I will keep it here, and maybe tomorrow I will start again talking. So, thank you, everyone.